today to this mission. It's an opportunity now to celebrate and to honor a Portuguese man that was extremely brave in a difficult time. He was, as you all know, Aristides de Sousa Mendes, who was a Portuguese diplomat, a consul of Portugal in Bordeaux, in south of France. At a difficult moment in the history of France, France was being overrun by German troops. Refugees were coming to the south, and he was asked by thousands of people to give them visas to come to Portugal, because they were afraid, of course, of the troops, Nazi troops that were coming. At that moment, of course, there was the possibility of giving visas to thousands, and the government was cautious, governments like to be, and afraid of the movement of population. And he said, the government said systematically no to requests for visa. And Aristides was faced with a multitude of people needing visas, needing to escape, and he was powerless to give visas because his government had been authorizing to give visas. And here there is a moment when he almost, I told him, he took to bed, and it was the pressure on him was immense. His conscience, his willingness to help these people, and the fact that as a servant of the Portuguese government he took to life. He took to his bed, and after a struggle within himself, he raised up and he decided to give visas to everybody. And he went to the crowd and he said these words that I'm going to read because I took them to them. All of them are human beings, and their status in life, religion or color are irrelevant to me. I will give a visa to whoever asks me. He gave it to consulate visas. Then he went to the street and gave visas to people in the street. Then, seeing that many had already tried to go to the border in Spain to get entrance, he went to the border and he gave visas to everyone. Of course, he knew, and he said when he said these words that I just read, he knew that he would be punished for that. And he also knew, which is more, that his family would suffer as a consequence. But he trusted that his wife and his children would understand his attitude. I think when it was proposed to me that Raoul Wallenberg Foundation gave us a picture of Aristides de Sousa Mendes, I thought it was more than fitting that we should have it. He was for us, diplomats, an example. And we honor him already. The Association of Portuguese Diplomats even created a prize with his name to honor works of investigation and research on international affairs. But he is also a man that was honored by the Assembly of the Republican Group, by the authorities in power now in Portugal. And he is appointed as an example also of the need for civil disobedience in case orders are against the conscience of them. And as a diplomat here in the United Nations, I always felt that we owe certainly loyalty and obedience to our government, but that we must always have presence that being a democratic government, our interests, the interests of Portugal, are not opposed to the interests of humanity in general or to the work pursued by the United Nations. We have to conciliate the two views, and we have to have very present all diplomats working here, that we have to cooperate in the achievement of universal goals and the implementation of values that are common to all humanity. Aristides de Sousa Mendes lived in a difficult time. There was war in Europe, there was a war around him. he took the right decision, a difficult decision. He was a hero. None of us happily are called to become heroes or to sacrifice what we have, but we should stay present and very present when we advise our governments, and when we execute whatever instructions, that we owe equal respect to the values of mankind, and that by doing that we are also serving our country. I say this in a moment when, again, there is turmoil in the world, there's war everywhere, there are failed states, there are massacres and genocide. Many of us have recently witnessed what went on in Haiti, and governments, of course, have a concern about security that is sometimes, as they are distant from defense, paramount. But different governments, in cases like those that are happening now outdoors, should be aware that in the end, their security depends on the humanity that they share, and that we all gain by creating a more fair, more just world, and try to relieve suffering around us. I now give the floor. I mean, I'm sorry, but I should probably have spoken so much. But I think I also had on behalf of Raoul Wallenberg from Protection to promote you because this event and very generous offer this picture that we treasure. You are
I'm going to read actually. I want to welcome everybody on behalf of the International Raoul Wallenberg Foundation. Welcome you to this special, very special evening for everybody. We're here to honor Aristides de Sousa Mendes, one of the greatest heroes of our times, on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of his death. Now, I want to apologize because I know there are many Portuguese here, and my accent is not Portuguese, so I know that I'm not pronouncing his name as I should. Acting as Consul General of Portugal in Bordeaux, France, Sousa Mendes issued in a 3-day marathon 30,000 visas to refugees persecuted by the Nazis. He defied orders from his superiors, stating that he would rather be with God against men than with men against God. This bravery cost him dear personal price. He was prevented from working and died in poverty on April 3, 1954. In the context of the exceptional historical events of World War II and the Holocaust, exceptional individuals such as Sousa Mendes emerged. Challenging the whole machinery of Germany and its allies, they were prepared to risk everything to save persecuted people. Today we are here to celebrate the life of Sousa Mendes and to honor the deeds that serve as an example of how one individual, armed only with courage and determination, can make a difference. The International Raoul Wallenberg Foundation has been dedicated to the memory of saviors of humanity. In the past years, we've commemorated April 3rd, which is the day of Sousa Mendes' death, and June 17th, which is the day when he began that visa issued marathon, in several events. These included, for example, a conference at the National Library in Argentina, presentation of documentaries here in New York, and issuance of a Sousa Mendes medal presented to the President of Portugal, exhibitions and other ceremonies. But this year, 2004, is a special year. It is marked with the 50th anniversary of Sousa Mendes' death. And we at the International Raoul Wallenberg Foundation and the Angelo Roncalli Committee are in the midst of organizing several events and actions aimed at commemorating this special man. I will just mention a few things that are planned for this year. Let me start by saying that only 2 days ago, we had an event in the Embassy of Spain in Argentina to honor other saviors of the Iberian Peninsula. We issued a stamp of the Israeli Postal Service, especially for the 50th anniversary of Sousa Mendes. You can have copies of this, which shows you the stamp over there at the table. On June 17th, which is the other day we celebrate, which is the day when Sousa Mendes began his visa issuing marathon, we have several events planned around the world. We have several Thanksgiving masses conducted on that day. For example, here in New York, Archbishop Celestino Migliore, the permanent observer of the Holy See in the UN, will celebrate a mass followed by a reception. In Rome, Cardinal Renato Martino will celebrate a mass at Trastevere. Other masses will happen in Belgium, Luxembourg, Spain, Brazil, Venezuela, among other countries. And in the same day, in Portugal, several events will take place, including also a mass in Lisbon by Cardinal José Policarpo. Adding to this, synagogues around the world will have special services to honor Sousa Mendes. And on June 17th, the International Raoul Wallenberg Foundation will also grant the special 50th anniversary Sousa Mendes Award to two individuals who will announce later this year, but one is a Portuguese and one is a French. In Bordeaux, there will be a whole day of ecumenical ceremonies, and other project is naming schools after Sousa Mendes. And it's really an honor for us to begin this year of many celebrations and many events here in New York with this important ceremony. We received dozens of letters of endorsement from diplomats, politicians, artists, historians, and many others who want to congratulate us all for this event. I will read really a handful and mention a few others. If you want to read or to look at them, we have a book with all the endorsement letters on the table. Let me start by reading a short letter from Baruch Tenenbaum, who's the founder of the International Raoul Wallenberg Foundation. It's addressed to Mr. Ambassador. First, allow me to thank you for your hospitality in hosting today's event. Unfortunately, I'm out of the country and therefore unable to attend. Throughout the 40-some years I have dedicated to the interreligious dialogue and to the understanding between people, I've always been intrigued by a few individuals who prove that it takes as little as a stamp and as much as risking one's life to be a hero. Sousa Mendes is one of these men and women. A man who nowadays is also a symbol of courage, of dedication, of selflessness. We're offering you the portrait of Sousa Mendes not only due to our immense gratitude and respect to the man and to his deeds, but also as a way of conveying our appreciation to the people of Portugal, the people of whom such a remarkable individual emerged. May many follow his example. Sincerely, Baruch Tenenbaum. Other letters, just a few words I will read out of the letter from Father Horacio Moreno, who is the president of the Angelo Roncalli Committee out of Argentina. I hope that the example of respect among religions set by Aristides de Sousa Mendes, as well as by Angelo Roncalli and Raoul Wallenberg, will inspire the same values among younger generations. We have also a letter from the foundation in Jerusalem. And we have a couple of letters from congressmen. We have from Congressman Tom Lantos. I'll read a few lines. Like the Swedish diplomat Raoul Wallenberg, the man who saved both my life, and that of my wife, Annette, Mendes, guided by the imperatives of his conscience, delivered light, hope, and most importantly, life to thousands and thousands of individuals who would have perished at the hands of the Nazis. The celebration of the life work of a remarkable individual whose dedication to humanity overrode the threat of consequences, which in fact did befall Mendes and his family after the war. With reverence, I commemorate the 50th anniversary of Aristides de Sousa Mendes. Warmest regard, Tom Lantos, Member of Congress. We also received a letter from Cass Ballinger, Member of Congress, the Anti-Defamation League, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Croatia, the American Jewish Committee, many other ambassadors and from other countries. You're welcome to read it. So we come to the important part of this evening. As soon as I find the correct paper. So this portrait, the portrait of Sousa Mendes, that we are offering as a gift to the Permanent Mission of Portugal to the UN, is our way of reminding the world of Sousa Mendes and of other diplomats who followed his courage and his example, and to continue with our mission to educate the world about these remarkable people who were above and beyond their duties as diplomats, with the sole purpose of saving others. This portrait was done by Peter Malkin. Peter Malkin is the man who caught Adolf Eichmann many years after the war in Argentina, and who is now a renowned artist in New York City. I will invite now the granddaughter and the grandson of Sousa Mendes, who are here with us. Ms. Sheila Fleischeicher, the granddaughter, and Mr. Aristides Mendes. They will present the portrait to the ambassador. And I will just read what's written there, what Peter Malkin wrote. On the 50th anniversary of Aristides de Sousa Mendes' death, The International Raoul Wallenberg Foundation presents this portrait to the people of Portugal as a token of respect to the memory of the men who saved thousands of persecuted by the Nazis at the beginning of World War II. Peter Mull.
And I thank you all for coming and joining us in this simultaneous celebration of this memorial.
Take them now, then I take mine. All right, well, just a second.